Artemisia Gentileschi has become widely known for her paintings of strong female characters. The first and possibly the most notable of these paintings is Judith slaying Holofernes. It is believed by some that this painting was heavily influenced by the betrayal of her painting tutor Agostino Tassi. Tassi not only raped her but continually slandered her reputation by claiming she was a harlot. The influence of the rape and the subsequent trials can be seen by comparing the stories of both Artemisia and Judith, as well as comparing Artemisia's earlier paintings with Judith slaying Holofernes, and comparing her approach to this painting with the paintings of the same time period. In the story of Judith and the trial of Artemisia, both women are at the mercy of some force beyond their control. Both of those forces that came against Judith and Gentileschi were unwarranted, such as an army moving in and a teacher raping his student. Each woman was faced with the decision of how to handle their situations. Gentileschi's need to overcome a man aids in her portrayal of Judith and allows her to connect with the character in a way that other artists had not been able to. The similarities between the two women's tests and the timing of Artemisia's painting of Judith's triumph aid in the conclusion that Artemisia painted this scene because she connected with the character in her trial. Correspondingly, the manner in which Artemisia depicts Judith holds qualities of extreme personal emotion closely related to what could be expected from being raped, such as anger, determination, and the reasoning for justice. Those emotions, paired with the successful incorporation of tenebrism, created a moving masterpiece. It becomes apparent that she veered from the standard perceptions of women when comparing her paintings with other paintings in the same time period. In Caravaggio's rendering of the same scene, Judith appears dainty, innocent, and absent from the task at hand. Focused instead on aesthetics, Caravaggio depicted a youthful Judith that does not align with the normal age of a widow. Contrastingly, Artemisia's Judith is engaged and determined. Furthermore, Judith is using all of her force, appearing to roll up her sleeves in order to complete the act. These differences in portrayals come from differences in perspectives between artists. This correlates with Artemisia's perspective that was recently influenced by the understanding of and connection to being a woman who must overcome. Moreover, a look at Artemisia's work throughout her career reveals the impact of the rape and trial on her artwork. Before the trial, Artemisia painted her first and dated and signed piece, Susanna and the Elders. Susanna, a virtuous young wife, sexually harassed by the elders of her community. Rather than showing Susanna as coyly or flirtatious, Artemisia takes the female perspective and portrays Susanna as vulnerable, frightened, and repulsed by their demands, while the men loom large, leering, menacing, and conspiratorial in her direction. This piece, dated in 1610, predates the trial in 1612. This correlates directly, as she either foreshadowed her doom or directly identified herself with Susanna and was trying to send a message. Up to this point in her career, Artemisia did not depict strong female figures. During the trial, or soon after, she painted Judith slaying Holofernes. Her first painting of violence and inclusion of a strong heroine is full of symbolic justice, and in 1620 she recreated the painting. After the trial, her father married her off, and in the same breath Artemisia left that man. It was in Florence where she continued the use of strong female figures such as Bathsheba, Lucretia, and Cleopatra. It is debated between art historians that only a woman could have painted Gentileschi's Judith and Holofernes. This argument is fair, but it is obvious that Gentileschi's painting holds qualities only a woman's perspective can capture. Artemisia successfully solidified a woman not afraid to roll up her sleeves and get it done. The experience of being raped and the trial that followed led her to connect with the identity of Judith and ultimately create one of her best paintings depicting the slaying of Holofernes in a never-before-seen light.